so funny. Hey, but it's your girl Shay Renee, and I want to welcome y'all back to my channel. Now, oh my God, Cassie's testimony day 2, right, y'all? Oh my God, it was so juicy. Okay, it is what it is. Politicking out, we in politicking out. Okay, it is what it is. Now it's time to politic. First of all, I have a bump right here. It was hurting so bad before I went to bed last night, and then I woke up and it got my mouth swollen. I'm like, oh my God, for real? Miss Preston girl? But it is what it is. I can't wait for it to dwindle, okay? If you will, period. Especially because I got something to do on Friday, and I don't really want my mouth looking like that. So it is what it is. But hey, poop stars. Again, I wasn't even gonna go live right now. I mean, I was sitting here thinking, I could really talk about this later on today, but I was like, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and do this politicking hour. You see, because it is what it is. Like it's new to me. It's fresh. I like new, fresh ideas. Okay, it is what it is. So I said, let's let's keep this going. Okay. So anyway, yes, Cassie goes to court again and sees Diddy in court, okay? Yeah, she's doing the face-off thing, you see? It is what it is. And I told y'all, you know, um, shout out to all the media, okay? Um, who are just keeping us informed, all right? And letting us know everything it is that we need to know. You see, what's going on with Miss Preston Girl, aka Diddy, okay? In court right now. So anyway, and speaking of which, they are saying that when Cassie walks in the court, she really just ain't paying Diddy no mind, right? While Diddy, on the other hand, is just looking. You see what it's looking as. Mm, y'all know we got boots on the ground, and that is what is being reported. Now, the girls wasn't in court yesterday. I know a lot of y'all probably happy. Um, the media reporters was saying that allegedly the girls have graduation and prom and stuff like that going on. Now, you see, I'm assuming that Diddy, like, I'm assuming the girls' friends probably had that type of stuff going on because they already went. You see, hey, and Nada, hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button, okay? And subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you for commenting. But yeah, so the girls wasn't in court to support their dad. They weren't there. But Christian was there, Justin was there, and Quincy was there. Okay, so the boys was in court. And a lot of people were thinking that Cassie's direct testimony or direct examination on the stand was gonna like basically they thought Dee lawyers would cross-examine her yesterday, but they didn't. Okay, so they thinking it's gonna happen today. She was still on the stand with the prosecution. Okay, direct um, examination. I think that's what it's called. Child, I used to watch court shows so much. For real. Like when I was young, y'all remember Court TV? You see? Yes, Miss Presser Girl. When I was young, I used to watch so many court shows. I did. To the point where, like, first of all, that's neither here nor there. But, like, yes, the court shows that I used to watch, it was to the point where, like, I kind of knew some of the lingo. Like, remember when they be like, objection, and the judge be like, sustain. That sustain means, okay, I'm gonna give you that, Carl. Overrule means chill out, sit down, let the person keep talking. You see? Mm. Oh yes, I was all in. As a kid, I don't know why, like court TV was off the chain. You see? It was when we was kids. Like, I don't know, it was just something about being in that courtroom, you know. So it's crazy. I hate that court TV isn't a thing anymore. That sucks. But anyway, in the courtroom on the other side was Cassie's husband, her mother, and her brother. Um, Now, real quick, I know a lot of people keep asking, like, where was Cassie's mother at during all of this? You know, a lot of people was wondering where her mother was. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about a poor family. A poor family is usually so blinded by money, if that makes sense. Money can make things overlooked. It just is what it is. Money can make things become overlooked. Um, and then I'll take it a step further. Imagine being Cassie and you like telling your family, like, oh my God, I met someone, you know, our lives is about to change, you know, to their lives really changing. And then imagine having to go back and say, well, mm, he's this and he's that. And actually, I'm doing this when I should be doing that, you know? It is what it is because at the end of the day, a lot of people have to realize what a lot of people have to realize is Diddy played this girl. Okay, it just is what it is. He played this girl for his own gain. Okay, his own gain, his own sexual preferences, all of that. Okay, you see all of that. Um, and forgive me, YouTube, if I'm not supposed to be saying that S word, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, he actually played this young lady. It is what it is. Like, a lot of people do not want to admit that he was a manipulative liar, okay? I would love to hear Diddy's side of the story, though. Um, you know, and just make things right. It is what it is. Just make things right, you know? But like, he probably won't. It is what it is. Some people just, you know, they just rather right their wrongs in a different way. And at the end of the day, he really don't owe us no explanation, but I would love to hear his side of the story. Just like, what will possess him to sign this woman for a 10 album deal and then not, you see, um, he didn't deliver. Yeah. Like UPS, FedEx, and all of them, he just didn't deliver. You see? And it's sad. It's sad. Instead, it seemed like he delivered a whole bunch of heartbreak, heartache, and control, you know, on this young lady. And a lot of people don't want to, like, say nothing. They don't want to acknowledge it, I would say. Okay? You got your boosies, you know, that's claiming that the lady liked all of this and all of that, all of that. I can tell you right now, when it comes to a lot of the things that Diddy had this young lady doing, you're not gonna find a lot of women that like that type of stuff, Boosie. Okay? It just is what it is. You're not. Now, sadly, I do believe you will find a lot of women who will participate in that type of stuff. Okay? It is what it is. Yeah, they will. You see? But not like it. To do it and to like it is two different things. Okay? Let's clear that up. You see, for the people in the back. Okay, the people in the back, let's get you together. You see, you got a lot of people that do things for different reasons. Usually money, you know, usually money. Okay. I remember a long time ago, there was a clip circulating of Puff going around. Well, Puff was like so excited to say that like money changes things, okay? And people do anything, for money. Like for real. There is a clip of Puff Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying and stating that like money is power. And it was sad too, because the way he was saying it, you know what I'm saying? He was basically saying it like you can get people to do anything for money, which is sad. Like that is a sad realization. Okay, it is. It's a sad realization. And I don't like how people like Boosie, who has been successful for all these years, pretending like he don't know that. Like I'm gonna need him not to pretend like he don't know that. You know, um, Money can get you a lot of places. That like being poor just won't and can't. Okay, so let's get that out the way. Like Boosie killed me with that. But I said, you know what I was thinking though, because I'm a forward thinker. You see, and like yeah, it just is what it is. And like something tells me that Boosie, now this ain't no fact, y'all. This is just my opinion, okay? Matter of fact, everything I say here is all opinionated. It's all for entertainment purposes, okay? My entertainment and your entertainment. Hey, Khatib. Hey, Khatib. Shout out to you. Good morning. I appreciate you for jumping in my comments, okay? Um, the South. I'm from the South, okay? So shout out to that. But anyway, yeah, in my hearts of all hearts, I'm like, it's political. You see, Boosie is fighting a case right now. Mm, mm. Oh yes, Miss Preston Girl, and he probably trying to see whatever it is he can get about a Diddy. You see, it just is what it is. Probably trying to see what type of help he could get from Diddy. I mean, it just is what it is. If you ask me, that's my most humble opinion. I don't feel like Boosie. I don't know. I just, you see, I'm not even gonna just touch on that too long. But anyway, basically, in court, Cassie's husband was asked to leave later on during her testimony. And it is because during the ending of her relationship, she did start to mess with her husband. You know what I'm saying? Her husband that she's with now. She ended up messing with him and Puff a little bit at the same time. Like it lapsed a little bit. So, cause she was leaving. You know what I'm saying? She was leaving. It wasn't a doubt in her mind that she wanted to leave. And like I told y'all yesterday, okay, if you was paying attention, Miss Press Girl, mm, shout out to that. Y'all heard me tell y'all yesterday. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button too, okay? Period. I do it for the likes around here. It is what it is. Um, I hit the like button. But I told y'all yesterday that dang, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Dang, I forgot what I was gonna tell y'all. I told y'all something about Cassie yesterday. Shit, it'll come back to me. Okay, anyway, she was messing with Puff and her husband at the same time. Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I told y'all yesterday. Yeah, shout out to that. I said like something happened. I think, I think Kim Porter passed away. And I really think that that was the last straw for Cassie. I do. I think Cassie ran, fled, and got the hell away from Diddy as far as she could. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing is, I don't know that to be a fact. All I know is Kim passed away and Cassie left the same year. I just don't know which event came first. Probably, Google will probably tell me. So let me get on that. And then that's another thing. Same month, same year. Okay? That's crazy. Same month, same year. Um so honestly, to me in my hearts of our hearts, when Kim Porter passed away, she fled. She ran. To me, in my most humble opinion, one of the last straws for her. And so like, as she was leaving, she did mess with Puff a little bit. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. A couple of times that we know of. You know what I'm saying? Because yesterday, people was making a big deal because Cassie did say that, like, um, after she left Puff, he ended up coming to her house and forcing himself on her. Okay, and she said he forced himself on her and he left, you know. And then she did say after that, they asked her, were you ever with him? You know, like in the bedroom, you know, like in an intimate way again. And she said, yeah. You know, she said, yes, she was. And she got a lot of flack for that, you know. A lot of people didn't want to believe that. And I'm like, listen, when you are in an abusive situation, when you have dealt with abuse, when you are used to abuse, you know, um, you don't operate like people who don't. You don't operate like people who've never been in it. You don't operate like people who y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. But I hated how much flack, okay, she caught for that yesterday. Because I feel like when you love someone, you just do a lot of things that don't really matter like that, okay? For real. And I'll take it a step further real quick before we get into, you know, what was said in court yesterday. Um, You know, I just feel like she was in love, you know, and I feel like she did a lot of foolish stuff. I also feel like because she said she had dinner with Diddy, she said she had dinner with Diddy, right? To like, just like an exit conversation, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like, we done. And then so many people was acting like, why do you need closure? Who does that? Who needs closure after he forced himself on you? And it's like, someone who spent a decade long with somebody, you know what I'm saying? And then Cassie even said that in court, like, feelings don't just turn off. You see, it's almost like a teenager. Let's say a teenager um does something, right? Let's say a teenager does something to get kicked out. They get kicked out. That teenager, as hard as it is getting kicked out, they don't know where they gonna go. They stressed out about it. They crying. They sad. They gonna still love their parent. You know what I'm saying? And to ask them, well, did you ever go back to your mom's house after she put you out? Yeah, I went back to say hi. I went back for some things she was giving me. I went back for the holidays. I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's almost like people can't wrap their mind around the fact that, like, somebody can do something bad to you and you still love them. You know, you still care about them. You still put yourself in harm's way, you know, to deal with them. Like, yeah, I just had to say that for the people in the back, because the people in the back are like just giving this lady grief because she didn't just walk out. You see? And like, what a lot of people fail to realize is that's you. You know, and that's how you would have handled it. You have to know that we all different and we don't all think the same. You see? So like, let people tell their stories, you know what I'm saying, without people trying to poke holes in it and, well, why you didn't do this? Because I would have did that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. And so, yeah, Cassie basically went over again her whole 11-year relationship with Diddy, okay? And then some people keep saying that they feel like she is still in love with Diddy. Let me see. Uh, Let me tell you something. I think she still loves Diddy, okay? Off the rip. I do. I think she still loves Diddy. I think she still cares about Diddy. It just is what it is. I think it would be foolish not to. You see? Hey, all in for the check. What's up? What's up? Good morning. And shout out to you for jumping in my comments too. Make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. But again, um, I do. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is what I heard before in life, and I kind of believe it to a certain extent. I told y'all that before, but we got new people here. It is what it is. I get it. New people coming in and out all the time. Shout out to that, like the burger place. Don't forget to subscribe though, y'all. Now, I didn't tell my audience this before. I have heard that the amount of time that you're in a relationship could be the amount of time that it takes you to heal from it. Okay? So, with that being said, Cassie was with Diddy for 11 years. She spent 11 dysfunctional years with that man. Oh, yes, Miss Presser Girl. Oh, yes. Nobody wants to admit it, but like, yeah, it was dysfunctional, okay? It was everything but girlfriend and boyfriend. You see, it had too many people involved. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But she was with him for 11 years. She only been away from him for 7. Then not to mention, I can't imagine how hard life has to be for Cassie, y'all, because, and I'm gonna start getting sad for real, just thinking about it. She got away from Diddy but ran straight to another man. Straight to another man, you know. She really didn't even have time, to me, to process all of this. And to me, she didn't really have time to process everything that happened to her. You see, she even talked about it in court. She said at one point, she was just feeling so much pain about everything that she just felt like walking into, traffic. You know what I'm saying? And she said her husband, saved her from those thoughts and those ideas. And then she said she did therapy, you know. But at the end of the day, I do think she still cares for him. And I do think that she is still healing from that relationship, you know. It's only been 7 years, again, since she been gone. It's only been 7 years. So anyway, she allegedly walked in the courtroom just straight to the stand, not really giving Diddy too much of nothing. You know what I'm saying? But of course, they say he is glaring and staring. You see, yes, Miss Preston Curl. They say that's his thing up in that courtroom. So that's that. But yeah, she basically talked about what her life was like with Puff. And she, they went over that day where Diddy was chasing her down the hall and all of that, you know what I'm saying, in full detail, like more detail. You know what I'm saying? Like Cassie was telling them play by play kind of what was going on. And at the end of the day, hey, Most High, shout out to you for jumping in my comments. Make sure you hit the like button, okay? And don't forget to comment and subscribe. Well, you already commented, so don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to that. And shout out to you. Good morning. But anyway, she was going in full detail, okay, about what was going on, and basically Cassie was saying that they was having a freak off at the Intercontinental. Is it the Intercontinental? Child, don't give me the line. I'll write it down next time, you see, because like Puff and Cassie stayed at hotels, and now it's starting to make a little bit more sense now. One, you had the kids back at the house, I'm assuming, Diddy got all them kids that live with him. And then Sue, they was just tearing up the place. You see, just tearing up the damn place. Baby oil and candle wax everywhere. You see, Cassie even said it. Um, ooh, and sis said that room would be funky. Ooh, she said the room would be funky. But anyway, um, she was saying that she had, absolutely he was. Um, Cassie had business to take care of. Yes, you see, um, she did. She had a premiere the next day. So, um, she didn't want to do the freak off to begin with, you know what I'm saying? But she also said that like she wasn't trying to be all on it, you see, and strung out. She said because she had a premiere the next day that she had to get herself together for. She wasn't trying to be on it and just going to Pound Town all day, you see, with the escort for Diddy. It is what it is. So she was trying to leave, okay? When we saw her at the elevator, Puff came down running with the towel and all of that. And that is crazy. Like that is crazy. In my hearts of all hearts, I thought that that was like, a normal type of argument between them. I would have never imagined in my wildest dreams that like she was trying to leave this damn freak. You see, this freak in the escort behind. It just is what it is. So anyway, a security guard stepped in that day. hmm He did. He is now a police officer, but then he was just a security guard. He stepped in. Uh, she didn't really have a voice. Somebody said, and she was tired. Yeah, that's what a lot of people fail to realize. Um, I think she was like she said she was in her people pleasing phase, and it is what it is. Puff took a full fledged advantage of that. But anyway, the security guard stepped in, and so she was able to leave. Okay, she left. Yeah, bye, Miss Preston Curl. You see, you and the escort, y'all go ahead. Kat said she went home. You see, and it looked like daytime. I don't know what time of the day it was though. I really don't. It looked like daytime. Cassie handled Diddy like it was nighttime or something, though, because she said he would not quit blowing up her phone. Call me, call me. I'm going to jail. I got kids. Please. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? She like, listen, put you some clothes on, put a robe on, go back in your room, leave the other people alone. You gonna be good. You see? Yeah, Cassie wasn't playing. You see? She was tired of Diddy shit that day. I mean, that particular day. Now she said by the time that video came out around that time, she wasn't really into fighting Diddy back because anytime she fought him back, it was worse. You know what I'm saying? For her, she felt like, which, duh. You see, I just feel like you don't really want to bark up that tree because most men are stronger than women. I mean, it just is what it is. Um, do I think there's some exceptions? Yes, absolutely, but not in this case. You see, Um, but yeah, she said she went home and she told Diddy, listen, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm finna plug up my phone and go to bed. Go, you do the same. You know what I'm saying? So like, that was the end of that. He tried to threaten her and told her she'll never hear his voice again if she don't call him. But like, yeah, that was a lie. So anyway, later on after that, she explained how like she wasn't ready to leave him still though. You know what I'm saying? She had one foot in, one foot out. So he had beat her up though. Like, my bad. He had put his hands on her. You see, took her to do college already. Um, and so she had a busted lip and she had a black eye that day. Okay, her homegirl seen it. Her homegirl called the police. Police came to Cassie's apartment. Cassie said she told everything besides the fact she told everything, but she didn't tell who did it to her. Hey, Belinda, shout out to you for jumping in my comments. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, okay? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's gather, okay? We talking about Cassie, Diddy, in court, okay? She facing off with Miss Preston Curl up there in New York. But anyway, so she said she just didn't want to tell on Diddy. It is what it is. She didn't want to tell on Diddy at the time, okay? She still loved him. She still was trying to protect him. Yeah, yeah, shout out to that. I understand. Somebody said I'm not going through that. Miss Preston Curl wouldn't have never done them like that, but like, and so we have to understand that we all different though. You know what I'm saying? So that means most high. What that means is you wouldn't have made it to 11 years with Diddy. You see? Yeah, you just wouldn't have got there. You probably wouldn't even made it 11 days with Diddy. You see? Because, like, yeah, you was going to have to. Mm, mm. So, anyway, she, but she was on her way out. Okay, it is what it is. She was on her way out, definitely. The year of the elevator right there at the hotel, that was the year that she ended up leaving Diddy for real, okay? But she was getting over the freak outs. It just is what it is. She was getting over them. Not to mention, I forgot to tell y'all yesterday that she had to perform freak outs on her period and all. I don't know one woman that want to do that. Okay, like Diddy was seemingly so gone, okay, on all the psychedelics. Now, I don't know if you could even say that here. But this man was gone. You see, it just is what it is. Oh, yes, Miss Preston Curl. He was out of this world. Mm, mm. I mean, and everybody tells us. Everybody says it. Everybody says this. It's whatever you want. You see, pink, white, it's a party. Like Waka Flocka said. So he was so just out of his mind to me that like he didn't care. Cassie was sleeping with a whole lot of escorts, unprotected, and for real, just unprotected. Um, I mean the fluids, the that's crazy, So anyway, I don't know no woman that want to do that. But again, a woman who wanted to do it for a man, a woman who wanted to do it to keep a man, a woman who wanted to do it for her livelihood, um, trying not to be embarrassed. Cause remind you, Cassie said Diddy would tell her all the time that he have her on tape, and yeah, he'll show the world. He will leak it, and they used to bother Cassie. She wasn't really feeling it. She didn't want him to do that, which I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying, Miss Presser Girl? Yeah, shout out to that. It is what it is. I'm not surprised at all. You see, because Cassie was a it girl. It just is what it is. She was a it girl. She just had her fans. She had her fans. She had her supporters. Like, people loved Cassie. You know what I'm saying? So she wasn't trying to damage her image. By really showing everybody what what she had going on behind the scenes for real. Not to mention, Cassie said she was extremely jealous and young. You know, she said she didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So that would explain why people always talking about how mean she was and all of this, all of that. Well, heck, ain't a lot of women. Yeah. Okay. You see, Miss Preston Girl, like a lot of women are weird. Yeah, when it comes to that man. And so, like, yeah, Cassie was, she said she was a fool with it. Okay. She admitted that in court. It is what it is. She also said she thought that her and Diddy was on some monogamous stuff until she found out that they wasn't. Um, and that's when, you know, she was doing her thing or whatnot, whatnot. She said she was messing with other people. She tried to talk to Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi car got blew up. Cassie was kind of bald though, and so was Cudi too. You know what I'm saying? Because she said Diddy confronted her about messing with Kid Cudi, and she left and went right back to his house. You see? Oh yes, Miss Pressa Girl did have a little in it. Okay, but she said Diddy threatened to leak the tapes. He threatened to leak tapes if she didn't leave Kid Cudi alone, so she did. Um, Again, she had a premiere the following day after he had did everything he did, lost his mind in the hotel. So she had bruises all over her body. And in court, they showed it. They showed her getting dressed for her premiere. Because she went to Diddy house the next day. You know what I'm saying? Her dress was at Diddy house, of course. You know, this man controlled everything. Purse strings included. I mean, it just is what it is. You got a lot of women who won't walk away from a poor fella. Mm. Oh yes, Miss Preston Girl. They won't even leave a poor man. You see, let alone somebody with some money and some connections. So it's like, you know, are y'all just talking? Do y'all be just talking? I'm trying to see. Anyway, they showed how she was bruised and stuff though, and she definitely had a black eye. Okay. They also saying that in that hotel room was a regular. It was a regular they was using on the regular. And they did go over all of that too in court yesterday. Now today, they again, they hoping that Cassie gonna, you know, Diddy, Diddy's attorneys is gonna be able to question her today and kind of like jam her up a little bit. Somebody was saying they think it's gonna be the woman. That might be true. That might be true. You see, because Cassie pregnant, and like, yeah, it just ain't gonna be a good look um, for him to be doing too much. Now, Diddy was very manipulative throughout this, though. Hold on. And they said she talked about how she would get sores, y'all. She would get sores in her mouth from too much. You see, too much going on. You know, y'all gonna have to read between the lines, but like, yeah. He had her he had her acting like a working girl, you know. Imagine that. And she said she would get a lot of UTIs too, you know, and the medicine has stopped working, you know. And I said, well, dang, I could only imagine. According to Cassie, Diddy don't even want y'all doing nothing if y'all ain't all oiled up. You see? So that's why the baby oil was a real thing. It was a real thing in his house. Because he likes to see people oiled up when they doing the do, you see? And I'm like, well, how's that good for her lady parts? You know? This man ain't thought about the lady bit at all. Like, did he just, you see? And honestly, I think that comes from literally never settling down, you know? It was a horrible situation for Cassie, and a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that because it was a little piece of change involved. You see, but at the end of the day, she deserved every penty she got. Okay, she did. And then I said, shout out to Cassie. You go ahead, Miss Pressing Curl. You see, cause she up in that bitch getting her day. Oh yeah, she up in that motherfucker getting her day. Um, and that's good for Cassie. Because one thing about a lot of people who get settlement money, a lot of people who get settlement money don't get to see the person go to jail. And yeah. It seemed like Cassie about to experience this in real time. It is what it is. And I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her. I do think that there were a lot of other people, you see, that Diddy harmed. His baby mama, some of the baby mamas included, you know? But I feel like, nah, you see, um, like for instance, I just feel like Cassie endured way more than Kim did, if that makes sense. Probably, you know? I think he just got worse, if that makes sense. mm, mm, mm. But anyway, I know first a lot of people were saying, get the kids out of there, get the kids out of there, get the kids out of there. Shoot, I was saying that too. But after I had thought about it, I said, let them sit there and listen to how this nigga, how this ninja fucked off the bag if they want to. I mean, it just is what it is. He fumbled the bag, you see? Mm, yes. I said, that little one that looked like him, Christian, he probably in there talking about all the damn choreography and dancing I did, and this is what this ninja was doing with the money. Yes, indeed. I said he probably couldn't not get in touch with Christian when court was over. He probably sent that ninja the voicemail. You see, he probably mad as hell as Puff. God bless in these hard times. I know that's right, Dwayne. Shout out to you and shout out to that. Lord knows, yeah, he gonna need to, yeah, be all up in that courtroom, you see. Um, but now I said, yeah, they done heard all this freaky stuff you like to do. I said he probably couldn't wait to call at the end of the day. Yeah, when court let out, call them kids, checking in, somebody, is everything okay? Them kids probably like, hold up, wait. Ninja, you is weird, you see? Everybody probably sent him the voicemail yesterday. Shit, I feel like they all need time to process. You see, she was in there doing Miss Pressing Girl. But I'm like, good for Cassie, for real. She having her day in court. Yeah, period. She didn't put baby, she didn't put her gear on. You see, Cassie said she ready to go to Duke College. Okay, just is what it is. She about to duke it out with this man in court, and I ain't mad at it. But yeah, I said at one point she probably thought Diddy was gonna start banging on the table. Did I ever ask you for anything? Did I ever ask you for anything? I never asked you for nothing. Not even your sorry ass hand in marriage. I said, yes. Miss Preston curl up in there looking like Celie with all that gray hair. Lord have mercy. But let me just say all this. Now I know yesterday I was saying like these seem like domestic violence charges though, But listen, I looked up trafficking. First of all, I looked up trafficking. And they said that is basically, it involves the use of force, fraud, and coercion, okay, to obtain some type of labor out of somebody, commercial or S word act. And they also said it's like modern day rhymes with Avery. And I told y'all, you see, I did. Shout out to that. I said, to me, uh, Diddy was basically, to me, okay, this is my opinion. Diddy was like using that girl like a slave. You know, it just is what it is. Yes, he was. It was not like, I don't know how to put it, but like you know how people say she was a beard? Same thing. You know, same thing, just a different name on it. He was definitely using that girl though. And he dressed it up. You know what I'm saying? He dressed it up as my girlfriend. But that wasn't really his girlfriend. And I don't think Diddy has really had many girlfriends to know how to even treat a woman. You know? Like seriously. Seriously. The man was stupid. It just is what it is. Yeah. Like 6ix9ine say, stupid. He was, you see? He ain't had no good sense. It's just a lot of stuff that just didn't make no sense. Like I said, even the baby oil stuff. You know, Cassie said at one point this man set up a baby pool. At one point, this man set up a baby pool full of oil. Yes, Miss Pressa Curl. And she had to dip in it. Yeah, you see? Um, put her whole body. And I'm like, Diddy, I don't think baby oil is good for the poom poom. You see? But I think Diddy don't care. I don't think he cared. Whether baby oil got in there, went in there, you know? I mean, just very, very, very immature, like, you know, like boy, like, you know what I'm saying? Um, Crazy. You know what I'm saying? He would tell them he like it nice and slow. You see? Um, he want them to do it for hours and hours and hours, like Mooney Long said. Child, did he help you with that song, Mooney? And like it's just crazy. You see, it's just crazy. He failed. You know, he failed. He just ugh. And you know what it remind me of? It remind me of when Diddy said in an interview one time, he said, he let a woman know off the rip. I think he said, don't quote me, I cannot remember. But he said, like 75% of the time, you gonna hate me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I hate this dude. That's what he said. He said then, you know, the other, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be in love, you know? And like, yeah. Now it all makes sense now. He make women do too many things that they don't want to do. You know? Um, and again, so I do think I think the trafficking, they doing that. They doing that damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I think they saying that again, trafficking um is the use of force or fraud or coercion. To coerce somebody is to force them or threaten them, you know what I'm saying? Or to be violent. Well, we saw when Cassie was trying to leave, he was trying to force her to finish. He wanted her to finish. You see, she said it in court. When she get tired, Diddy'll tell her to finish strong. You see, like ain't no getting tired, ain't no not finishing. The men, if they didn't finish, meaning like finish, let something out, then they wouldn't get paid everything that they were supposed to get paid. You know how long a man got to be going or whatever, whatever, whatever. Like, why wouldn't he finish? Shit, tired. You see? Just straight tired. I mean, he just didn't have a care in the world. I'm talking about a freak leak. Yes, the one P. Pablo was talking about. And then y'all know ASAP Ferg just recently came out and was trying, like, just saying, like, when Kanye said that he did what he did when he was younger, ASAP Ferg was like, good for you, Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Good for you. Like, almost like, I know that was probably heavy on you. I'm glad you finally got to release that. Now you can begin to heal. You know what I'm saying? That's why A$AP Ferg came out and said. Charlie, ever since Diddy case popped out, we ain't heard the shit from A$AP. I said, well, where's Ferg? You see? First said, I ain't got nothing for Diddy. I mean, it is what it is. I tried helping Kanye. You see? I don't think I'm going to be able to help Diddy. And then all the other celebrities is quiet. I'm like, what's going on? That's crazy. You just brought up Tory because I was headed that way. I said, listen. I said, y'all are too quiet celebrities. Y'all ain't got no work to do. Usher ain't got no more cherries. Like, everybody is sitting down. They tapped in. You see? Everybody. It's like Beyonce Cowboys. The tour ended just in time. Everybody is glued in. I said, now, Tory and Megan Thee Stallion can't be the only celebrities working. You see? Speaking of Tory Lanez, yeah, they say Tory Lanez is working. It is what it is. Put it overtime trying to get out of there. You see? Tory says, shit, to hell with Puff, free me. That's not funny, but Tory won't up out of there. You know it is what it is. And some people, y'all, I gotta say it, I gotta keep it real, I gotta keep it a bean, a buck. Some people feel like Tory then set up a scheme. You see, it is what it is. They is not feeling Tory's story, okay? It just ain't adding up. Man, I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit later about Tory, but like now that I done sat around and thought about it, it's weird. It's weird that Tory and Megan Thee Stallion stuff is crazy. You see, I just feel like it's crazy. You know, all of a sudden y'all done found the bodyguard, the girl bodyguard, who said she heard this and this and that. I said, Tory really just don't know how this stuff goes. He don't. Because, like, how the hell take the what and leave the what? Tory, I don't think they finna reopen your case talking about he heard. He heard. What he heard. What he heard a bitch with immunity say. You see? Baby, I'm done. Okay? I am so done. But, like, listen, Tory is working overtime to get out of jail. And I just feel like it's kind of starting to be apparent. You know, just a little bit. He seems to be doing all kinds of... I can't even explain it. But, you know, it's always one thing after another. That's how you explain it. From remember when he had the man yelling at Megan in court? Megan, why, you know that boy ain't shit you. Megan, why you lying on that boy, Megan? You know, to the bloggers running this girl name in the ground. Now they getting sued. What else he do? Yeah, he got academics talking about this girl every other day. That's what it is. He full of gimmicks. You see? Full of gimmicks to get out of jail. But like now, like I told y'all yesterday, Tory, I'm gonna need you to stand on. You see, that's why one thing about decisions and stuff like that, you can't be just talking. You know, you allegedly went in there with that no snitching stuff. That's what your fans want to believe. Now, me and my hearts of our hearts, I feel like he did it. You see, you did it. Because if you didn't, why you wouldn't just say? It just is what it is. I just, you know, Snitching or not, we gonna clarify this today. You see, snitching or not, we gonna clarify this today. Kelsey would have been where you is. You see, it just is what it is, and I'll take it a step further. If Kelsey would have went to jail instead, Kelsey would be out right now on some freaking paper. Mm, mm. Oh yes, Miss Preston Girl. She wasn't finna do no real time. So like, I wish Tori let this go, but at the end of the day, Tori shouldn't be doing no real time either. Like what? How long you been in jail? Tori should be getting parole soon. But I feel like he might not, because he just won't let all of this stuff go. It just is what it is. He just won't let it go. He just has had the hardest time dealing with his decision. And his decision was to not take a plea. His decision was to take it all the way to trial. Like, them people don't be playing. When you go to trial, you annoy them for lots of reasons. I'm not saying you shouldn't, though. But I'm saying you got to be ready, you see? So they was talking about giving you way less than what you got. You done went to trial, you done got the max. And now you ready to tell. Like it ain't, and you still ain't telling. Really. You ain't telling, he ain't telling. What Tori doing right now is called dry snitching. I mean, it just is what it is. Like, you made the decision that you wasn't gonna tell on Kelsey. Allegedly. Man, you don't get to change your mind on that. Them people in them courts, they like, you don't get to change your mind on that, Tori. Like, they are now on case da 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 da. You see? Just like life goes on. Yes, Miss Preston Curl, them cases do too. Them people ain't trying to spin the block. They not. They don't care how much money you got. None of that. Like, none of that matters. So Megan Thee Stallion, yeah, Miss Preston Curl, her attorney put out a statement yesterday. Soon as Tory's people put out their stuff, and he said, "Listen, case closed." In other words, you see, I said, "Ooh, I didn't even know." Yeah, I didn't even know Megan Thee Stallion had the same attorney as Jay-Z. Yeah, she sure do. Yes, ma'am. She sure do. And I did not know that. I did not know that. So shout out to Megan, though. Shout out to Megan. Because y'all know I was just saying, I don't know. I don't know what the connection is she got with Jay-Z. Maybe he just let her use his name like that, but I don't think she really connected like Wi-Fi with Jay-Z. And I still feel that way. Because there's a lot of things that's not adding up like that. But, like, yeah. When I think about it, Jay-Z did help her get from under them H-Town ninjas and all of that. So it makes sense, the whole attorney thing. But yes, Miss Preston Carroll, attorney put out a statement for her yesterday, and I said I was here for it. I was here for it. Because at the end of the day, like I keep telling y'all, I feel like Tory Lanez saddled up that pony. Yeah, for real. And now he got to ride. Now he got to ride. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, Tory. You see? Oh, yes, Miss Preston Curry. You took your ass in there. You put on your good clothes. You went to court and you lost. You know? It just is what it is. And now you want us to just hear about it, hear about it, hear about it, think about it, think about it, think about it. I think the fuck not. You see? I absolutely do. Okay? It just is what it is. And then, like, I don't know, y'all. It's giving a paid actor. How about that? Tori had a paid actor in the penitentiary. Child jab him. You see? And it was perfect too. They didn't find somebody that was already never getting out. You see? Yeah. It was a mess. It's a mess. I don't know. Like, I'm just, oh my goodness. You know when you're running and you got to climb the fence? Straight like that. I'm kind of over Tori and Megan. Yes, I been Miss Presser Curl. It just is what it is. But like they won't You see? Like Usher said, this man won't let it burn. I mean, it just is what it is. See, what he did was he thought. He thought them people was playing with him, but toward them people was never playing. You were. You see? You were. You and your attorneys, y'all played. Okay? Um, and now here we are, child. Here we are. This man will not go through the process. I mean, it just is what it is. He will not go through the process. Um, Child, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm finna get up out of here, poop stars. I love y'all. I especially love y'all for loving me. I'll see y'all in my next video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye, y'all.